The one thing that everybody that I've heard and listened to, left, right, center, and from all other directions, always gets wrong or doesn't understand about U.S., that being the United States, foreign policy, and taking a deeper look, ladies and gentlemen, at dark state crazy spray. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, and we are glad to have you here. Cynthia L. says the moon is one of her favorite things now. She never knows what it's going to do. And on Monday, is it Monday or is it Tuesday? I believe it's Monday. Speaking of the moon, we're going to have, and welcome to this channel, Crow 777. And he is the individual, and I believe it's Monday, I'm just double checking, that discovered originally from his very own observations the moon wave, where you can see that wave go all the way across the moon. And it will be, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday at 2 p.m. Central. So look forward to Crow 777. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some other things pertaining to the Kennedy assassination. You want to talk about conspiracy theories, Shane? This is going to blow your mind. Something I'll guarantee you've never heard about the Kennedy assassination. And I'll be jumping in the car after that show, heading to Nashville, Tennessee. And on Tuesday night, I'll be in attendance at the James Burton tribute show. James Burton, Elvis Presley's guitar player from the Singer Comeback Special in 68 on. Ronnie Tutt, Elvis's drummer. And we'll also have some guys named Sammy Hagar, Joe Walsh, Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees, quite a few other people whose names I forget right now. And hopefully we'll also be hanging out with Chris Jericho there in AEW Wrestling live tonight, a great big pay-per-view, and then also in Nashville on the 13th. So show support for Chris Jericho, AEW champion and all around good guy. But let's talk about some politics. I know some of you don't like it when I do that, but this show is all about unindoctrinating yourself. And you have to unindoctrinate yourself, not only religiously. That might be the easiest. Travis Thorpe only has a couple of minutes because he has a couple of exorcisms to do. Well, those should only take a couple of minutes anyway, Travis. So take 5. Nice to have you here, Travis. Nice to see you. Looking forward to seeing you again. So let's talk a little bit about politics and unindoctrinating ourselves politically. I learned this lesson back in the early 1980s. I can't remember which day it was. And Javanka says politics is religion, and she's 100% true. I learned this lesson that most of the commentators cannot even figure out now. I was drunk off my ass with Davy Jones one time in Laughlin, Nevada. Super drunk, gross drunk. And unfortunately, Davy's not with us, but it'll be nice to say hello to Mickey again. And he won't remember me, but it's not like we're buddies. But at any rate, I found this out, and I'll share the secret with you afterwards. But the biggest thing that everybody misses in American foreign policy, whenever they discuss things like Syria, whenever they discuss things like our involvement in other parts of the Middle East, our involvement in Europe, our involvement over in Japan and all of the world, there's one basic concept that until President Trump has come into office, no one seems to get and no one seems to understand. Hello, Anne-Marie Paul. Nice to see you. And it's this fact. American foreign policy, the number one thing that should be driving American policy, the number one thing that has always driven American policy, thank you, Crypto Crouton. The number one thing about American foreign policy is they don't want us there. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter where there is. They do not want us there. And I had this brought home to me one day when I was in Germany with the United States Air Force. I was walking down what's called the Fußgänger zone in Frankfurt, Germany, and the Germans were way ahead of us because this was early 80s, and their shopping areas are like in a downtown. It's all open, and the stores are there. The streets are blocked off, and you walk up and down the streets. This was back when we had all our malls inside, and now all the malls in the U.S. are like that. You get to go outside and walk around their shopping areas. But I'm walking down the Fußgänger zone. I'm minding my own business, and like 3 German kids run up to me with these signs that I just gotten there, and I couldn't really tell what they meant, but they told me it meant American go home. And I would have been happy to go home if they could have arranged it. But the thing that we don't understand, ladies and gentlemen, because we're stupid, we don't understand that it doesn't matter if it's Germany. It doesn't matter if it's Japan. It doesn't matter if it's the Middle East. It doesn't matter if it's South America, Central America. It doesn't matter. They don't want us there. And we have no business being there. And even friends of mine, good people, that will debate, oh, should Trump have abandoned the Syrians? Should Trump have abandoned the Kurds? The bottom line is, Trump should have never been there. The United States should have never been there. And it wasn't until President Trump that somebody finally realized, oh, they don't want us over there. That is the number one thing about American foreign policy that people refuse to understand. They don't want us there. Don't care who they is. Don't care where there is. It's always true. And thankfully, President Donald Trump has started to wage peace and not war. And he started to bring home our troops from foreign countries. And the Democrats are screaming mad at him. The Republicans are screaming mad at him. But people that understand what's going on, people that love freedom, people that love their country, and people that love allowing other people their sovereignty, their divinity, and their freedom are supporting President Trump. And if you want to wage war and not peace, if you want to bring home our troops, if you don't believe that we should be poking our nose in everybody else's business, dictating to everybody else how they run their countries, then maybe you should consider voting in 2020, and maybe you should consider voting for the candidate that is waging peace and bringing our troops home. But right, left, center, none of them get the idea that they don't want us there. They proceed, when they discuss American foreign policy, they proceed from the assumption that we have some right to be there, that we have some duty to be there. I used to say back in the day, no one's free until we're all free. Tracy Dyer just said sovereignty for all. Either you believe it or you don't. America is never meant to be an empire. It was meant to be a republic. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the one thing that everybody misses about American foreign policy. Not to mention, the Israelis got plenty of money to pay for their own defense. The Germans got plenty of money to pay for their own defense. The Japanese have plenty of money to pay for their own defense. Go right on down the road. They've all got plenty of money to pay for their own defense. And that's just the way it is. And it's not time for us to be paying the world's bills anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Rita Helga Hoffman says the Monroe Doctrine of non-intervention, the USA has never respected their own ideas until now. If you respect those ideas, and if you think those ideas should be respected and honored, then show your convictions at the polls in 2020. And as Tracy Dyer says, we don't need no stinking empires. We don't need no stinking empires, ladies and gentlemen. So that's a little tidbit. I had to throw it out there because nobody gets it. Now you've got it, and you should keep it. And now you're good. Thank you for watching on the Christian Whistleblower YouTube channel. Thank you for listening on Unindoctrinate Radio. And Rita Helga Hoffman is from Argentina. So I'm sure that she's sick and tired of American intervention into her country. And I'm pretty sure that the Argentinians would like nothing better than to be left alone to take care of their own country. I know all the Germans that I met felt that way. I know all the Italians. I went to literally almost, if I sat down and counted, I might have missed one, but just about every country in Europe. And they all voiced the desire to just be left alone and to have their own countries and to run them in the way that they see fit. I like that idea. And most people that think like that idea. I also like the idea of these Mystech bracelets that you see me wearing. And most of you probably wonder, why does he wear so many bracelets? Well, he kind of likes bracelets, but importantly, the Mystech bracelets are all tuned to the imprinted with the Schumann resonance, the original healthful resonance of the planet. And they put you in that resonance, which, of course, if you're on this planet, puts you in harmony with it. Also, they take all of your cells that are in chaos without these bracelets and put your cells into perfect alignment in a non-chaotic environment, which allows your body to be at homeostasis and allows your body to excel. And not only your body, but your mind, and not only your mind, but your spirit. It's my belief. So we're trying to change the world one bracelet at a time. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Mystech logo. There's even a Mystech tab in the upper left-hand corner because you can order your Mystech and you can get a 20% discount. Shane's been wearing his for over a year now, and he loves it. 5G will override bracelets, though, says Igor. Wrong, Igor. Thank you for being here, Igor. Or is it pronounced Igor? That's an old movie reference. Igor, guess what, my friend? Igor, guess what, my friend? We have just come out at Mystech with the 5G mitigation bracelet. That's right. You heard it here first. Boom. So anyway, folks, we're talking about these things, and we're talking about why people can't understand that America needs to stay out of people's businesses, why people can't understand what's going on. And, you know, the picture that I showed on the thumbnail for this is a plane spraying out chemtrails. Now, I have to admit to you, I am a late adopter to chemtrails. I'm not your normal conspiratorium. Brandon, are you aware of the technology? No, you're not. So why don't you read about it before you make statements that might make you look rather silly? Just a suggestion. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Igor says, send me one. Okay. I'll send you one, but you'll have to send the appropriate amount of money. But that's okay. We're not talking about that anymore. But what was I? How did I got taken off track on something? Oh, yes, chemtrails. I was not an early adopter, and I'm really not part of the conspiratorium. I don't jump at every latest thing. I don't jump at all the new conspiracies. I don't worry about anything. So I didn't really, okay, chemtrails, whatever. But unless you are a special kind of special, and unless you never look up, you can never see a decent blue sky, as TT says. Whoever they are, whatever they're spraying something into the environment. There is some type of volatilized aerosol injected stuff going into Shane. There's a lifetime guarantee on those bracelets. All you have to do is let us know it broke. They'll send you a free one. And they rarely spray here either, Tracy. But you can see that they're spraying stuff in the skies. I was 7 years in the Air Force. I know what a contrail looks like. And those things that I'm seeing in the skies are not contrails. And things are getting weird when Cynthia has grandkids and they draw pictures and stuff. And now the kids are drawing chemtrails in their pictures. It's just crazy. So, folks, what are these things that are being sprayed? What are these chemtrails? What are these things that are being placed into our atmosphere? I don't really know what they are. I don't really understand everything about them, but there's a couple things I do know. And I remember one day I was watching a show where Prince was there, and I think his name was Dick Gregory. I believe he's passed away. And Prince, who was a really, really smart guy, may not have liked his music, might not have liked his dancing. He was a very, very smart guy. And Prince said that he made the observation that he'd be sitting out, living somewhere in Minneapolis, St. Paul area. He'd be sitting out and he would watch these planes come over and he would watch this spraying go into the skies. Then he would observe that like a half hour later, that riots were starting and people were fighting and screaming and getting agitated. And Prince was one of the early guys to say, what are they spraying in the skies? And Prince thought that it was being directed towards the, I think at that time, and in that context, he and Dick Gregory were talking about being directed towards the African-American community, being directed towards minority communities to create, unrest and riots and destruction and poverty and all the things that go with that. And he may have been right, but it ain't just against the black folks no more. They're spraying everybody's neighborhood now. And you have to wonder if indeed Prince was right. And Prince did observe a logical progression of, I see chemtrails, I see people getting in fights. I see chemtrails, I see people getting in fights. I see chemtrails, I see people getting in fights. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I see chemtrails and I see people acting in ways that are so unbelievable, ways that are almost inhuman. Now I see chemtrails and I see people saying things that are inhuman. Cynthia says maybe that's why people are so rude now. I see chemtrails and I see people acting cray. I've been told that's the way you say it, not crazy. Delaney Jones says, yes, Prince and Dick were correct. I think they were, at least in that situation. So if they're spraying these chemicals, and Social Observer with a super chat says, Bill Gates is funding Scope X with Harvard scientists effing with the sun's rays to almost create global warming to justify UN Agenda 2030. I have not heard that, but if you give me a super chat, I will read what you have to say, even if it says Jeff is ugly. I will. I'll read it. I am easy, but I'm not that cheap, ladies and gentlemen. 30 years ago, Javanka heard about this. Luann says that's why they took Prince out. That's probably one of the reasons why they took Prince out. But why are people so rude today? Is there so much social unrest today? And why is there so much protesting, so much yelling, so much hate? Stay with me. Why are there I've never heard, I'm 56 years old, ladies and gentlemen, 56 years old. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. I'm 56 years old, and I can never, ever remember hearing one person ever through Nixon, through Clinton, through Reagan, through Bush. I never heard one person ever say, I would kill the president. I never heard one person ever talk about killing the president. Never. Now, since President Trump has been president, I have heard multiple people talk about killing the president. You've seen comics with little to no talent walking around with a cut off head of President Trump. You've seen people on the media calling for the death of President Trump. You've seen crazy Pelosi and sick Schumer making thinly veiled comments alluding to the death of President Trump. And I've heard smart people that I know that are nice people, that are thoughtful people, they're thinking people. And I've heard them say, I would kill the president. And it's so crazy to me, these people saying they would kill the president. Now, folks, I'm from the deep South. My folks are from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and McKenzie, Tennessee, Lexington, Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a product of the South, and my people are the South. We're Confederates, and we are proudly Confederates. But I never heard one person say one thing about killing President Obama. Not one, even in KKK territory. I never heard it. It never came out of people's mouths. Now, we're not KKK. I don't believe in KKK. But all I'm saying is there was a lot of people that weren't really thrilled to have a black president. But nobody said, let's kill him. And it needs to be said, as Social Observer brought up today, and I hate CNN so bad. I really do. Because CNN reports President Trump received surprisingly warm response at Alabama LSU football game. President Trump received a standing ovation at the Alabama LSU football game. Why? Because it was in the South. Trump goes to the World Series in Washington, D.C. and gets booed. Of course he's going to get booed in Washington, D.C. He's draining Washington, D.C. I don't know what the percentage of people connected to getting their money through the federal government is in D.C., but it's high. He gets some boos at the World Series, so what? He got a standing freaking ovation at LSU Alabama football game. So they're trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not. And so I begin to wonder about this, and I see all these people that are leftists. All these hate Trumpers, never Trumpers, open our borders, America sucks, all those people getting really upset. Morristown, Tennessee, in the His Owl. Nice to see you. Laser Gazelle. All of these people that hate Trump, and they did doctor the World Series audio. Trump didn't really receive that bad of a welcome, well stated from Tracy Dyer. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's always the people on the left that are screaming and yelling. It's always the people on the left that talk about killing the president, shooting the president. It's always the people on the left that are beating up old people and throwing urine on them. These thug, punk cowards in Antifa, beating up old people, beating up people that are standing there by themselves. It sucks, man. But it's always those Antifa pieces of crap. Tracy says liberalism is a mental disorder. People that come after me that don't have the balls to say anything to my face, but they make up fake YouTube names and go on other channels and talk me down. No balls. But there might be more than that, ladies and gentlemen. It might be more than that. It could be, they turned the frogs gay. I don't think it's that, but it could be. It could be. Here's what's really happening, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what's really happening. Let me share it with you right now. And that was a little soft out for the radio, folks. And, we are working with some great people that are trying to turn the tide, trying to help humanity. And even they can't do it without people yelling at them and saying stupid things about them. That's my friends at STEMlight. China ready to roll out 6G. I did not hear that. I do not endorse that. I'll have to wait and see for myself. But Social Observer gave me $2, so I'm reading it. And the folks at STEMlight, there are stem cell partners. If you have debilitating injuries, if you have chronic injuries, if you have sicknesses, if your hair's falling out, go to stemlight.com, go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the STEMlight logo. You'll get 20% off your stem cell treatment when you use the word heal. And while you're getting ready for STEMlight, also click on Create Yourself Nutrition. That is actual supplements that I take. And they are, there's so much energy in the one that I'm taking. I think it's called STEM Alive. I can't remember what it is, but you take it and it gives health and nourishment to your adult stem cells. And my adult stem cells are having a party, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I know. So go there. And even if you do get the regular stem cell treatment, They're going to put you on the Create Yourself Nutrition program as well. So while you're waiting, click on the Create Yourself Nutrition logo. Again, use the word heal. If you're going, you don't even have to use heal on that one. If you're going to use the stem light, click on the word, click on the logo, the stem light logo, use the word heal. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're a doctor and you want to work with the team that is the exclusive stem cell partner to the National Football League Alumni Association, please do go to southernstem.com and use, again, the code word heal. So here's the thing that I've noticed, and here's the thing that I am positing, and here's the thing that I am suggesting is going on. Yes, chemtrails are out there. Yes, they're real. Yes, they're trying to make us hate each other. Yes, they're trying to make us want to shoot the president. They're trying to make us violent. We got people walking into Walmart shooting people. They're trying to make us hate each other, be crazy to each other, do terrible things. They're trying to make us mean. They're trying to make us nasty. They're trying to make us rude. The stem cells from Stem Light come from donated cesarean section umbilical cords only. And by the way, President Trump signed legislation that allowed stem cells to be used in the United States, and many, many people have been healed because of it. So someone says President Trump hasn't done anything, just remind them of that. But at any rate, I wonder why I don't see people on the right saying, shoot Nancy Pelosi. Why don't I see people on the right being rude and being mean? Why don't I see people on the right acting crazy and acting ridiculous? And I have this idea in my head, and I'm going to share it with you. When you watch the Democratic debates, the 37 candidates or whatever they got there, and all they talk about is how bad things are and how things are getting worse. All they talk about is how economic crash is coming. America, as we know, it's over. You better get ready because it's not going to be like it was. Your kids are going to live in a worse world than you. Your grandkids worse still. Socialism, where everybody has a shitty job for a shitty wage and lives in a shitty house, is the only way to save us. That's what the Democratic debates are all about. Things are bad and they're getting worse. And that's what most of the shit you guys listen to on YouTube is about. America's about to collapse. Financial ruin is about to happen. The tribulation's coming. They're going to be jumping heads. There's going to be horrible monsters running around. It's awful. It's horrible. And these are the same people that are saying, shoot the president. The people that watch CNN are saying, shoot the president. The people that vote left are saying, shoot the president. The people that want to open the borders and have no rule of law are saying all these things. And the other one's going crazy. But the chemtrails are falling on all of us. And I'm looking for a reason. So I look at the things that people on the left listen to. They listen to Democratic politicians, the Democratic debate. They listen to the fear porn, neo-Jesuit, bought and paid for YouTubers. They watch television all the time. And then I watched one of the President Trump rallies. And at a President Trump rally, I heard talk of optimism. I heard talk of positivity. I heard talk of we're making America great again. I heard talk of keeping America great. I heard talk of black people and white people and Hispanic people loving their country. I heard them chanting, USA, USA. I saw people smiling. I saw people laughing. I saw people crying tears of joy. I saw people joyful. I saw people happy. And then the people that will watch YouTube that says things are good and getting better, we're still getting sprayed with the same chemtrails, but we're not acting with hate. We're not acting with viciousness. We're not trying to kill anybody. So I came to the conclusion that our vibration of optimism and peace and kindness, and folks, if you can get that vibration in a President Trump rally, it's probably not all that high. We're not talking about having to be a spiritual guru and levitate. We're talking about having thoughts of positivity. We're talking about having thoughts of optimism. We're talking about believing that the best is yet to come. We're talking about thinking that everything is not bad and horrible and getting worse. We're talking about looking around and saying, man, I got a nice coat on. I'm in a house. I'm listening. I'm on a computer. My stomach is full. We're talking about counting your blessings instead of counting your lack. You know, I've been to the Louvre in Paris. I've looked at some of the great artworks. I've looked at the Mona Lisa. And if you want, there's a couple spots on the Mona Lisa because it's old. You can look at those spots and you can stare at those spots and you can see that, oh, that's just not right. There's something wrong there. Oh, that's a mess. It's horrible. You can be staring at the Mona Lisa, noticing nothing but spots when you're looking at one of the arguably greatest paintings, most beautiful paintings that's ever been painted. And the left, the deep staters, the president haters, and really the people haters that just want to preserve their own paycheck, those people are putting the bad news out there. Those people are putting out this vibe. And when you buy into that vibe, you become like that tribe. You become rude. You become nasty. You become hateful. You want to kill the president. You want to kill people. But if you keep your vibration, your frequency higher than that, love, optimism, positivity, you are immune. Half Past Linear says, make it rain in Cali with the chemtrails. Why not? Well, if you're going to use them, right? We don't have to be spiritual giants to get to free ourselves from the effects of what they're spraying on us. You don't have to be people fighting over a chicken sandwich at Popeyes. And I like Popeyes, but I ain't that damn good. I'm not going to fight nobody over a Popeye sandwich. A little bit of love goes a long way, says Cynthia L. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, they're spraying us, and that's bad news. But the good news is they're spraying us, but we can operate at a frequency that makes us impervious to it. And guess what? It'll be the same way with 5G. 5G, HI, EFG, 5G, 5H, 5I, 5J, 5K, 5L. It won't be able to get into my frequency. I will be able to overcome it because I vibe at a frequency that is impervious to the hate. And there is, I think, not just I'm looking at my whiteboard, not just a chemtrail thing, but there is a black magic, a dark magic, hate President Trump, kill President Trump, hate everybody that's not like you, kill everybody that's not like you, be rude, be mean, push people around, victimize the weak. There is black magic going on like that. And like Tracy Dyer says, if you think that chemtrails affect you, they will. But like Wendy A. Presley says, you can be impervious to it. And I am. So let them throw their black magic. It can't penetrate my high frequency. Let them chemtrail me, and it cannot permeate my high frequency. All it takes to overcome the darkness is to light a candle. And say what you will about President Trump. His optimism, his joy, his hope, his words of peace and prosperity, lift people out of a world of despair and darkness and hatred being perpetrated by the deep state, both deep, dark left and deep, dark right. And at the end of the day, that's the reason they're coming for them. And at the end of the day, that's the reason why they're not going to get them, because light is going to overcome dark, and we will reign supreme, ladies and gentlemen. The dark state crazy spray does not work around us. I want to mention something here. And somebody said it and I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh, woke woman's alternate reality. Yes and no, sweetheart. Yes and no. Always envision a protective bubble around yourself. May I try to help you a little bit without you thinking I'm hurting you? Bubbles, shields, they don't last. That's not the way they're meant to be used. They're a shamanic tool. They get you secretly from one place to another place without being noticed. That's old school thinking. You don't need to worry about a bubble anymore. You don't need to worry about a shield anymore. Just operate at a frequency that makes you impervious to it. And somebody back there said Trump transmutes hatred. When bad thoughts come at you, pretend they're flaming arrows. Catch them. It's just a thought. It's just energy. Blow out the flame, which represents taking the intention of the person that shot it at you off of it. The intention's off. You still got all this powerful energy. Then you just put it in your quiver, you ingest it, and now you can use that energy. That works, and that makes you stronger. Bubbles, shields work only for a short time, and they wear you out. It's time to stop thinking like prey and start thinking like predators. Prey worry about bubbles and shields. Predators say, let the big dogs eat. That's why I always say, I hope you love me, but if you don't love me, please hate me. That's why I'm so thankful for all the little insignificant weasels that hate me. And sometimes I need to check up from my neck up and realize these weasels are helping you. Their hate is helping you. Just take it. Blow out that flame. Remove their weak, insignificant, no ball intention, and just put that arrow in your quiver. Boom, you're stronger, and go make another podcast telling them that the world is not bad and getting worse, but it's good and getting better. So thank you for that reminder, ladies and gentlemen. Greg, I salute you. Thank you. Hate him hard, no half-ass hate. Exactly. I want your love, but I'll take your hate. Just don't give me your indifference, because I can't do shit about that. Social observer, take the hate and judo that shit. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's look in the chat room. Let's answer some questions. Movies are being redone to add these trails in the sky. I've not seen that, KC. I've not seen that. I'd have to have some data, but that's okay. That's interesting. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see. When the day is promising, the sun shines, they start to fog it up. I know it's sad. Let's see. Aluminum, barium, strontium, some of the things. Okay, again, I'm not an expert. Out of all the concerts that Critical Thinker went to, Prince put on an amazing show. I've heard that. Let's see. Heavy duty in Western Oregon. Sorry to hear that. What else we got here? Research. Yep. The goo flowing under the city in Ghostbusters. Permanent temperament change. Says Keith Goodwin. Believe it or not, I never saw Ghostbusters. Never saw Ghostbusters. Ships spray bunker fuel so thick and nasty. Again, I don't know, but I know it is nasty stuff. What about vaccines? Asked Rita. Of course, the vaccines are part of it. No doubt about it. Shadow Spirit mentions nanotechnology in the chemtrails. Again, I haven't heard about it, but I would not put it past them at all. Let's see. Tracy hears it daily. It is crazy. Celebrities are nuts. We've known that, Ari, for a long time. Rich people are using a process called chelation to get the metal out of their blood. Yes and no. I mean, let's don't go crazy on those things, but it's probably happened. Let's see. The stuff that goes into hygiene products. Yeah, that's this got some interesting ingredients in it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It pisses Critical Thinker off and me how many people speak ill of our president. And again, it's a new thing. We didn't hear it with any other president like this. Let's see. You name it. If it manipulates us, the weather, the climate, it has been sprayed. Says Karen Carpenter. I would agree. I hope you go have a sandwich. Alabama did show respect to Donald Trump, President Trump today. OMG, says Casey. Even my best friend forever said the same damn thing. It's so sad watching people be affected by this black magic, by this crazy spray. It's terrible. It really is. It really is. I'm not going to repeat that, Igor, but I'll show it. Democrats run around all the time with no security. Do they? Do they, Social Observer? I haven't noticed that. I have not noticed that. People fighting over chicken sandwiches. You know, I wouldn't even fight you for a chicken sandwich. Jeff, I'm afraid to put a Trump hat or bumper sticker in California. You know, I did something the other day. I ordered a Keep America Great hat, a red one. And I'm going to wear it. And I want to see what happens. I think that'll be very, very interesting. Let's see. Shadow Spirit. Is anybody ever realized after chemtrail spray that the skies look like a projection screen? I wonder if it has anything to do with alien invasion hologram to make you believe Jesus is coming kind of thing. Good thinking, Shadow Spirit. Good thinking. There is a Trump derangement syndrome, says Critical Thinker. She still can't believe it, but that's okay. There is one. You don't have to believe it to be true. You have the right to be wrong. There is one. There is one. I don't know about that particular disorder with stem cells, Keith. I'd invite you to go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the stem cell logo. And I know, Fluffy really helps people that suffer from that. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the FLFE or Fluffy logo. That beams a nurturing environment into your home and with 60 feet around your cell phone in all directions. I find it just amazing. I won't be without it. It is really, really powerful. And you can also use some Verve CBD. A lot of my friends have deal with that type of thing. Also with toxic, what's it called? You know, where you were in the military and you got you have all these bad reactions, toxic something or other. I'm slipping right now, but yeah, it's really good stuff for that. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Verve logo. And, even if you're 100% feeling good, 100% looking good, it's no good if you stink. So you might as well, if you're at jeffreydaugherty.com, click on that American flag logo. That's Hero Soap. Let freedom clean. And it doesn't matter. I mean, the word says, the saying says, free your ass and your mind will follow. Well, guess what? Clean your ass and your mind will follow, because a mind that is wafting up the sense of peppermint and spearmint and sandalwood and all these other great organic smells from Hero Soap. Oh, it's just so nice, because if you're gonna be high frequency, you want to smell like a boss or like a really hot chick. So yeah, use Hero Soap. Let freedom clean, ladies and gentlemen. How do you like that? Turn off the hypnosis machine in the living room. I like it. Here in Florida, cars, trucks, etc., rolling with Trump 2020 magnets and signs. Awesome. But don't get overconfident. Go vote for the candidate of your choice in 2020. Let's see. I feel much better since I purchased a Clear Quartz Organite. Very good. Throck. Fear porn to Social Observer. Absolutely. Let's see. Promoting civil war by design. There's not going to be a civil war. I'm here to tell you there will not be a civil war. There will not be a civil war. They're just losing and we're winning, so they call it a civil war. There is a reason they push the fear. Absolutely. Let's see what else. They're not looking good when people get pissed off over a shirt or a hat. Exactly. Little snowflakes. All right. What else we got here, ladies and gentlemen? Transmute the crazy spray. Absolutely. That was from X wary. I love it. People leave Popeye alone. We finally get him off the spinach. That's funny. Great reminders, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I'm excited about God Bless America, Jeff Bless America, you bless America, I bless America. We all bless America because it's where we are, and we all want to bless the entire globe as well. If you want to buy the bracelets, go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on the Mistech logo, click on the Mistech tab on the upper left, and you will get all the information that you need. And in closing, Javanka saw an alien spaceship last Sunday, and it was amazing. Clouds with chemtrails. However, there was a large opening area of blue sky, and there it was. Wow. I like it. I like it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. And, you know, we say sometimes with fear that history is written by the winners and dread. I'm okay with that because I know a lot of you folks, and I think we're winners. And I believe that we can win today and write a better tomorrow. We are the last generation of real humans. And as I look around in this chat room, I feel good about the humans that are here. And I think that we can make a difference if we just get busy. So please subscribe to this channel. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the thumbs down if you hated it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, your in-laws, your outlaws. Tell those that don't care about the law to tune in to this channel. Because, ladies and gentlemen, things are not terrible and getting worse. Things are good and getting better. And we are damn sure here to make sure that they do. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. You're the Gospel Truth Army, and I'm honored to roll with you. And I salute you for being here, seeking after truth. And Wayne is traveling. There will be no Sunday morning show tomorrow. I apologize. Wayne swears and promises that we'll have one next week. Until then, Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, saluting you for being here, seeking after truth.